I got a great thing. This commercial real estate guy, Daniel Corcoran, sends out a nice thing. You know, I have units in Santa Monica. He sends out a nice letter about what's happening in the market with buildings just like mine. Great breakdown of the price and everything that's happening and recent solds. Very, very tailored to me. Prepared exclusively for me. Then he also goes in to show, because Santa Monica, you know, your gross rent multiplier, or your cap is really high, or your cap's low and your gross rent's high. He adds quality commercial properties in Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, that you might want, that I might not only want to, because I say, well, what if I sell my property? What am I going to do? Well, maybe I could buy a nice Walgreens in Alabama with my proceeds and get better money, get better income. My point is if you're going to spend the amount of money that people spend on direct mailing, this is a well thought out thing. Here's what my property's worth. And all he says is absolutely no obligation. Let me prepare a specific market analysis for you. It's a service. I almost want to call the guy up. Right? So if you're sending things out, this is what your competition is sending out. Okay? So if you want to devise or plan or figure something out, I'm here and happy to help you with that. I'm going to offer for the ladies in the room, I think I told you that my daughter and I took a self-defense class, and I thought it was awesome. They're doing some weekend intensives, summer intensives, if anybody's interested in it. It's great for negotiating, it's great for boundary setting, it's great for mental stability, it's great for negotiation. To have that physical aspect involved with the heightened emotions and all that come with physical confrontation, it's incredible. To have, you know, this guy in this big foam suit come in and attack you, and you have to, you know, work your way around it. He's teasing you, swearing at you, being profane, negotiating, trying to catch you off guard, make you lose your constitution, and then they go for you. So learning how to keep your calm, keep your composure in high stressed, high adrenaline situations, I think is helpful. So I'm going to take a men's basic course in the fall when they offer it, but if any ladies are interested, they have courses this summer. Santa Monica. All right, now, those of you who work in Santa Monica, they are basically, if one of you, and this is how the Action Apartment Association, Action Group, I think you know Action, they've sent a letter out, and basically how they phrased it is, let's see if I have it here. They phrased it, if one of your employees was not paying their taxes, then the government could come after you for them to pay their taxes. So basically what they're saying in Santa Monica now with the water fines, you know, I've been through this with you guys with what I had to do with my property with getting rid of the lawn, putting in the drip system, having gravel. What they're saying now is if your tenants use too much water, they're going to fine you. How is that fair? Because you're not allowed to, you know, most properties in Santa Monica have a master water meter. So how do you divvy up the proper water usage to your tenants? If there's overages, there's no way to do it appropriately. So now there's a whole big lawsuit going on between Action and their attorney and the city of Santa Monica and Santa Monica Rent Control to figure out, you know, how this can be fair. You know, imagine owning a building in Santa Monica like I do, and if your tenants just get mad at you and leave the water on all weekend, you're getting fined $250, $500. It goes up to thousands of dollars in fines on repeated violations, up to tens of thousands of dollars. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, I'm happy to help you. But, you know, being involved in AGLA is the Apartment Association of Greater Los Angeles, Action Group. They're great ways for you to be tied to real estate, multifamily, investors. Because these are all people that go to these meetings that own apartment buildings, right? Maybe, yes, sir?
I'm sorry, what were those two names?
Action. And there's AGLA, which is Apartment Association of Greater Los Angeles, AAGLA.
Do you know when is the next meeting?
I don't have it on my computer right now, but I'll tell you. And you've gone to one of those meetings, right? 2. And you meet
But I
people.
didn't talk to anyone.
You didn't talk to anybody, but you showed up.
Oh, yeah.
And that's good. You know what? You show up a few times, you don't say anything, that's fine. Maybe you show up a third time, and you see somebody that you recognize. And you're like, hey, I remember you. And that's it. You know? And then you start a conversation. But good for you, Aoife, for showing up. Both are agents trying to close a deal for 2 people. So it's your job to communicate and work together to make that deal come through as equitable as possible for both parties. When my last escrow, when I had my 4 offers in, I called every lender. I called every lender of every person that put in an offer. And one guy said, you know, by the way, your voicemail's full. He goes, oh no, that's intentional. I don't like taking phone calls. I'm like, okay, this guy's probably going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And so that's, you know, so now that offer has a little less weight.
Yeah.
So important, who they want for escrow, who they want for, you know what I mean? You call shots or whatever, but make sure you know everybody that's involved.
Give up on me.
Yeah,
We
I
talk
have to
about
work
this a
with
lot.
it, but
We talk about this a lot. Your peace of mind is so important.
You're
There
right.
are, you know, if you're spending all this time with someone like that, all the nice people are going, whoa, I need to stay away from that. Ooh, they feel that vibe and they stay away. You're repelling them like
Yep.
612. All right, I have one quick little, I don't know if you've seen this ad.
Consider the cost of utilities. Also, just consider other people's feelings. Treat them like they're the most important.
They're the most important.
No. Sure, I'll take a survey.
And then it's gonna for a survey, right?
yeah.
Okay, so you get that. That's your realtor dues at work, paying for that advertisement. You feel it's effective? You feel like you're getting your money's worth? No, nothing, no opinion, nothing.
That was good. It was a good ad.
It's funny, right? But my takeaway from that is, if that's what the board of realtors is projecting as their, you know, let's say hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars in marketing budget, that people aren't treated with respect or they don't feel like they are, but if you go with the realtor, I guess the angle is that you will be, then that's a huge point. They're doing all kinds of statistical analysis, marketing analysis, and everything to find out what they're going to do. What was that, 15 seconds at best? That's the bullet point. So it all comes down to customer service. Ask Heidi, she'll tell you. It's about your relationships. It's about people treating. If you can have this and take this with you this week, each person you talk to, say, I'm going to make them feel important. I'm going to make them feel important. That's your intention. Each person you meet, whether it's holding the door for somebody at the elevator, whether it's letting someone go ahead of you in line perhaps, whether it's actually listening to what your kid's telling you in the morning. Try that. I mean, to me, they're saying that's a big deal. So for you, why not?
And once you build a relationship, I'm sorry, once you build a
Please,
relationship
add on.
with
I was running
somebody-
out.
Well, I mean, Tom is saying with my customer service, but it's because I have a relationship with him that I gave him the customer service too, versus someone who just like calls me and says, can you help me? I will help them, but they're certainly not the priority that I would give to Tom because of the relationship I have with him. So, I mean, it all depends on, you know, the priority of the client really does depend on the customer service level.
Correct.
I mean, I'll
Correct.
still help you, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, but it won't, but the ones who support me, the ones who use me on a consistent level, those are the ones who get the fastest reaction. And if you give your clients that same customer service care, they're going to remember you, they're going to call you and think of you, which is what you want, versus the other agents that maybe door knocking or leaving a notepad, you want them to call you for questions and net sheets or comps or any of them.
Be going over building your team. You know, how to slowly start building your team. And it starts with having people like Escrow on the West on your side, knowing them, having a relationship. Heidi and I had happy hour last week. You know, she helped me out with a thing, and so I was like, hey, let's meet for happy hour. You know, are you meeting your friends for happy hour? Are you meeting your friends for lunch? Are you having a coffee? What are you doing? Are you meeting? This Thursday have 4 great men be there. You know, are you going to show up and start building those relationships so that when you're in a termite jam, you have somebody that's going to help you right away, or escrow problems, or insurance or title or whatever it may be. So start building those relationships. We'll talk more about in the weeks to come. I wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Thank you, ladies, for coming.
One of my
Thank you.
favorite.
Thank you.
holidays.
One of my favorites.
I love
It's the
the
first.
4th of July.
Yeah, Friday's the 1st.
So where's this El
El Cholo in Santa Monica, 11th and Wilshire.
Wow.
Right, Thursday, 5 to 7. Right across from the world famous JP's Tavern.
That's
No, nobody knows JP's? Okay, super dive bar. All right, thanks everybody. Go out and have a good caravan.